This program contains material that may be disturbing to some viewers. Parental discretion is advised.
Founding father of the United States, Benjamin Franklin once said, "Three may keep a secret if two of them are dead." Centuries later, American recording artists, sibling duo Allison and Catherine Pierce, would put their own musical spin on Franklin's infamous quote, "Two can keep a secret if one of them is dead." Those lyrics, combined with the masterful writings of Sarah Shepard, a New York Times best-selling novelist, and Marlene King, an award-winning film and television screenwriter, would form a holy trinity that would bring to life one of my all-time favorite TV shows, and one that strived to make a difference. That, my friends, is Pretty Little Liars. Over the course of nearly 100 videos on this channel, I have professed my love for this world-class example of binge-worthy, guilty pleasure television. And with the 10th anniversary coming up in June 8th of this year, I just couldn't wait any further to shine a spotlight on this show once more, especially given these circumstances. It is my hope to provide a smile, a few laughs, and plenty of nostalgia to the PLL Army and those not serving in the Army, as this video will go beyond Rosewood. As a whole, what you'll see tonight is much more than just a tribute to this fabulous foursome, or Willie this quality quintet, and their families, friends, and paramours aplenty. This will also be a salute to those behind the scenes, from the suits at the top at Warner Brothers and ABC Family, to every single crew member behind the camera who gave it their all and made it work. And finally, above all else, this is also a deep bow of gratitude to one of the most wonderful fandoms in the world, who helped ensure this show's place in the history books. This is Pretty Little Liars on American JubiLIE. Welcome to the Thrift Store Rundown, where we bring Hollywood and Rosewood home on a budget. Before we can take our special excursion to Rosewood, let us first make a brief pit stop in Boston, Massachusetts, more specifically, the Boston Metro Hospital. But be warned, we mustn't be anywhere around there at night. Why? Because strange things lurk in those hallways in the dead of night. For example, a reanimated demonic corpse in the case of the possession of Hannah Grace, released by Screen Gems the day after Thanksgiving 2018, and headlined by the multi-talented Fox, Shay Mitchell, whom, as we know, is not the first PLL cast member to take the plunge into big screen horror. Her colleagues Lucy Hale and Troy Belisario, the love of my life, have both delivered silver screen streams in Truth or Dare and Martyrs, respectively. I would say Ashley Benson too, but she starred in a straight-to-DVD film called Rada, also a Sony Pictures release. It's not so much a horror as it is a contemporary thriller, but since I do feel something fierce for Hannah Marin, I was delighted regardless to find a copy of that at the thrift store. Unfortunately, when I went to open the case, there was no disc. Have a look at this, Rada from Start Motion Pictures, starring Ashley Benson, the sexy Hannah Marin from Pretty Little Liars. Now this sounds and looks intriguing. Unfortunately, no disc. So no chance. Had the copy contained that disc itself, well, I definitely would have bought it. And you definitely would have seen a review of that here on TSR, and only on TSR, since no other YouTuber has reviewed that film as of yet. In that sense, I am super stoked to finally have the possession of Hannah Grace in my possession, where death is only the beginning. A shocking exorcism spirals out of control, claiming the life of a young woman. The exorcism of Hannah Grace carried out by her father Graniger and a priest delivering last rites. You will see that play out in a horrific opening act. Months later, Megan Reed, a former Boston police officer and recovering drug addict, is working the graveyard shift in the morgue, where she takes delivery of a disfigured cadaver. Cadaver, by the way, being the original working title of this picture and remaining the title in some international releases. Locked and loaded inside the basement corridors, Megan begins to experience horrifying visions and starts to suspect that the body may be possessed by a ruthless demonic force. Avi Offer of NYCMovieGuru.com calls this an intense experience. Either he's a big Mitchie or doesn't really have exquisite taste in horror films, because this garnered a 19% rotten rating on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's a shame. Special features include only one deleted scene called I Lied to You. If there's one thing that Shea Mitchell in character as Emily Fields on PLL is exemplary at, it's lying. And that certainly rings true with Megan Reed in The Possession of Hannah Grace. Who did she lie to? Her ex-boyfriend, still on the force, Andrew Kurtz. This also includes an autopsy of Hannah, how the corpse was created for the film, Megan's diaries, Shea Mitchell in character as Megan Reed, giving first-person accounts through her webcam of her time spent working the graveyard shift at the morgue at Boston Metro, and profiles of the killer cast. This film is rated R for gruesome images and terror throughout. It has a running time of 85 minutes, which, by the way, is exactly how long this has taken me, and then some, to shoot this segment. This has English, French subtitles. A couple of behind-the-scenes factoids to share with you. The facade of Boston City Hall doubled as the exterior for the Boston Metro Hospital, which was fitting, albeit lame-looking.
You know the building behind you was named one of the ugliest in the entire country?
Yes,
it made
I
the
did.
top 10. I think it's number 4.
You told me that when we saw Bruce Springsteen.
And this was also the very first film shot using a mirrorless, full-frame camera. More specifically, one that's available for the average home consumer. If your average home consumer, quote-unquote, is looking to spend a little less than $3,000. The Sony A7S II, featuring lenses designed for the largest digital sensors mounted on a full-frame mirrorless camera. There's a cool article from alphauniverse.com that I will definitely link in the description below for you to check out. It also includes a behind-the-scenes video from Sony Alpha. I find it quite fascinating and odd that in the script, they called for a character by the name of Dave, one of the hospital security guards, that develops a crush on Megan Reed. It never fully showed, and he wasn't given a certain amount of time until he met his demise. Well, there's one spoiler for you. For him to fully develop a crush on Megan Reed. And that's a shame as well, because it should be a law that if you're going to have Shea Mitchell involved in any film or TV project, you must write in a character that immediately develops feelings for her character. I mean, who wouldn't? We're talking about Shea Mitchell, for sobbing out loud. With the running time of 85 minutes, the third act felt kind of rushed, but really something had to give. Again, this is a little under 90 minutes. And as a whole, this wasn't as mediocre as critics thought it would be and claimed it to be, I am relieved to say. But I am also saddened to say, especially given that this is Shea Mitchell, and I'm sorry to offend you Mitchies out there, this is not one of the best horror films I've ever seen so far. I would compare The Possession of Hannah Grace to Eye for an Eye, the Paramount remake. It does its job of sending shivers down your spine and then leaves you subconscious after 24 to 48 hours. That's what this film does. It will definitely appeal to two groups. The most non-discerning horror fans who will take heart in any scares, which this film certainly provides, and of course, all of you die-hard Mitzies, you Shea Mitchell superfans, who are already claiming this film to be the greatest horror film in modern cinematic history. This is anything but. I'm not a Mitchie. Well, not a Mitchie yet, so I'm a little bit biased when it comes to this. Yes, this was good, but it wasn't all that great. The Possession of Hannah Grace may be the title of this film, but you won't be developing an immediate obsession with this film for the foreseeable future. It always pays to look. Remember, look inside the DVDs. If it doesn't have the disc, put it back. If it has the one disc, put it back. I'm sorry, Ashley, but you're gonna have to be put back. It's the right thing to do. PLL fan or otherwise. I'm trying as much as I can to find some life, love, and beauty in the rain. Hopefully our next pair of items up for review will help us do just that. A Toby Cavanaugh doubleheader, Life, Love, Beauty, and Hollywood, both published by St. Martin's Press. And I gotta warn you, Keegan Allen did not make this easy for me in choosing my favorite highlights from both books because there are just so many to cover. Both of these books are photographic journeys through time. In the case of Life, Love, Beauty, it follows Keegan from his childhood upbringings to his heartthrob actor status, both in front of and behind the camera, across the country and around the world. For Hollywood, it offers up through his lens the traditional glitz and glamour that we associate with Tinseltown, the golden ages of Hollywood, brought back to life through Keegan's lens, and it also shines a spotlight on a different portrait of Hollywood, the grunge and grit, dirty ages type of Los Angeles that some of us don't know about. Let's get started with Life, Love, and Beauty first. Life. This is him working in various slots, backlots, and studios and locations across America, and of course mainly in Hollywood and Warner slot, as he is, well, a well-known actor. And for all you PLL buffs like myself, you're going to relish Life a lot. See all the photos and stories that are bound in this book? We first start off with Ashley Benson, aka the sumptuous Hannah Marin. This is a smorgasbord of Pretty Little Liars nostalgia, on and off set. And it only gets better with the love of my life. I cannot overstate how much I love Troyan Belisario. Filled with grace and talent, her sharp wit is tempered by her beautiful heart. She makes everyone around her better at what they do. Having the pleasure of working with her is a gift in my career, and having her as a friend is a gift in my life. She has empowered me to take risks with my work and follow my dreams. When I think of Troyan, I think of inspiration. Our work together that started with a chemistry that the writers picked up on and that I enjoy in every interaction with her. She is a partner, a friend, a teacher, a rock, and a safe place to land. All of that she is, and so much more. That is from Season 1, Young Love. I actually see a younger me in this photo. And I see a more voluminous T-Bells right here. It's the epitome of grace and the personification of class. She was born to be Spencer Hastings. On the bottom here we have Tyler Blackburn, Caleb Rivers. As you know, these two had a brief fling, aka Spaleb.
Oh, you gonna fuck?
But in reality, Tyler Blackburn is one of the most selfless co-workers. And there are plenty of shots of them together, Keegan and Tyler. Then we move on to Lucy Hale, aka the adorable quirky oddball with a heart of gold, Aria Montgomery. Lucy Hale is an angel. Her talent is unique because she has become famous for her acting, but she is also a gifted singer/songwriter. I remember when I first met Lucy and covered her song and sent her a video, immediately connecting us with music since we never have scenes together. Her charm and spirit never sleep. And here's Lucy and Tyler at a Hollywood party. And of course, you can't have a photo of Lucy Hale, aka Aria Montgomery, in any PLL-related book without Ian Harding, Ezra Phipps. That's just obligatory. There's Diego Boneta, aka Alex, Spencer had a brief fling with him early on in the first season. Here we have at the top, Janelle Paris, aka the lovely Mona Van der Waal, enemy turned ally. A China doll, my friend Janelle on set with Drew Van Acker, who plays Jason De Laurentiis, Allie's brother, shooting on a hot summer day. And here's Lucy memorizing lines as Aria. Here we have Nolan North, the show's fun stopper, Peter Hastings, Spencer's dad. I mean, if it weren't for Peter Hastings, Spencer would not be brought to life, so we owe him that kind of respect. And of course, somebody near and dear to my heart, Sasha TSR. This was the first photo I took of Sasha. I remember thinking how she is the complete opposite of the character she plays on the show. It is a treat to see her switch from a sweet, kind, and nurturing personality to Allison's devilish and manipulative allure at the call of action. For the record, this is the first photo she took of Sasha. No, actually this. I get them mixed up sometimes. What you'll see now are a few stills behind the scenes of Shadow Play, written and directed by Joseph Doherty and made to resemble the classic 50s film noir cinema marvels. And here they are all dressed in, of course, chrome, monochrome. That is the work of Mandy Line, the show's costume designer extraordinaire, with patterns made to fit into black and white when it comes to post-production editing. Obviously, they didn't really splurge for those old-fashioned cameras that they used to shoot the classic film noir films with. You know, the ones from MGM and the glory days of Paramount and 20th Century Fox and Columbia. Oh, this cannot be left out. Troyan becoming Spencer with a noir twist. I love the shoes. Is it normal to love a woman in amazing shoes? Yes, it absolutely is. It would be insane not to, especially if you're talking about Troyan Belisario. She can do no one at all. Here are a few more stills from Shadow Play, which I haven't really seen yet, but I would love to see soon, because I have a soft spot for black and white films. A few stills are in color and a few stills are in black and white, the way they were intended to be. The Walking Dead tired. Ashley and Shay exit the stage after they finally finished one of their scenes. It was a long day and a long night of shooting, and everyone was exhausted. Still, they left the stage with the same strong, absolute glamour that they had when they arrived. They could just barely keep their eyes open with all the bright stage lights still glaring. That's how glamorous Ashley Benson and, of course, the illustrious, sexy Shay Mitchell are. And of course, Shay is Emily Fields. Are you just really fainting right now with how much PLL nostalgia you're gonna get in Life, Love, Beauty? Mainly in the episode Shadow Play. And if that's your favorite episode or one of your favorite episodes, man, will you be excited to pick this up. Here's Chad Lowe, who plays Aria's father, Byron Montgomery, directing a scene with the girls. Ashley and Tyler rehearsing a kissing scene as Caleb. And the prettiest and biggest little liar of all, behind the scenes in my opinion, the great Marlene King, along with writer and assistant Kyle Bound in one of the A layers. The question everyone asks is, who is A? Well, definitively, it is Marlene King, the person who adapted PLL for television and the queen bee of all the secret storylines. We have her to thank dearly for this wonderful role of Rosewood. And of course, here are the liars once again in Shadow Play, getting all decked out and ready to go for their scenes. Sasha on the left, a driving force to be reckoned with, and the queen of my heart, Troyan Belisario, in her Spencer Hastings film noir costume. Here we have a table weave still, plus several more Shadow Play stills, and Troyan as A. Could you believe that? Not in this lifetime. Troyan playing for the A team. Oh wait, we could believe that, because her on-camera boyfriend at the time for season 3 was a part of the A team as well. In this scene we explored the burned down lodge. I believe it is the Lost Woods Resort, or Lost Woods Cabin. Once again, Spencer Hastings on the right. Troyan, hermetically sealed in time. Who did that to her? Can she even breathe behind that plastic? Oh, here's PLL Prison. That's Toby, serving time in juvenile hall for crimes that he did not commit, being punished for something he never did. A break from the crowd inside here on the right, and a bit of levity to add to this section. There's Ashley bumming a cigarette. Not really cool. I don't dig cigarettes, but you do you. Here's Troyan on 130 film, sans Spencer, but still every bit as remarkable. And finally, to close this section, it's a wrap! But not for this review, not by a long shot. This was the wrap party for season 3 of PLL. God bless. Well, even though I'm going to be a little bit ashamed to say it, Toby did open up this dialogue after all, or should I say Keegan did. Shay and Ashley have boobs up the wazoo. But it don't matter to me. Troyan remains my number 1. This is her, Spencer, in Toby's truck. So much of Toby's character storyline has gone in or around this truck. Troyan and I get to explore its cabin, and we always find something new about it. And here's Troyan again, like a specimen on a table, catching a cat nap between takes. And hopefully I'm not boring you to the point where you're ready to take a cat nap too. Now, as you saw beforehand, it started raining in Patterson, so I thought I would show you this. A still shot of New York raining at night. That's life. I enjoy the rainy days. I don't know about you, but whenever New York starts to rain at night, it just makes the colors seem that much more brighter and vivid and vibrant, and, well, things start to look more alive in the rain, huh? I mean, you want to start dancing in the rain immediately. Here's Ian Harding as Fitz in Paris on the right, and the Eiffel Tower. And it looks like it's snowing in the wintertime. Yep. Both he and Keegan are international heartthrobs. This was taken on the streets of Nimes, France, with Ian and Holly Marie Combs, my favorite PLL mom, Ella Montgomery, Aria's mom. They were there for a fan convention. A thing of beauty. Its lines, its curves, its natural grace moving everything it touches. Right on, right on. Are you talking about Shay, or are you talking about this swanky looking car in the background? This was taken in Venice Beach, and by the way, Shay and Keegan met some fans on that particular day when that photo was taken, as well as this one. And lucky for all of us, that incredible moment was featured on YouTube. Documented forever, enshrined in the hearts of those who witnessed it, for the rest of their lives to come. Have a look.
We also got to meet Drew in Atlanta.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. He's a cutie. That's so cute. No, I think he's shooting a truck.
Oh yeah, that's right. He's shooting Army.
Wait, we should be getting you right after.
Do all your
Over there.
Thank you.
so beautiful.
Yeah.
And can you sign this one too? It's our friend that she's not with us right now.
She wanted to hike and we were lazy.
No. She liked the Hollywood.
She said, we're going
Yeah.
to the beach and you can hike.
Yeah. Sort of.
She's not caught up, but she does watch it.
Yeah, that's cool. Awesome. He switched sunglasses.
Those are just like the ones Erin lost.
Yeah, she's Disney.
Yeah. Yeah.
Barely literally. What is your tattoo?
Ohana.
We all got star tattoos while we were here.
You did?
Yeah. Like 2 days ago.
Did you think it hurt?
No.
It hurt her. It didn't hurt the rest of us.
It's only fun.
You guys make these bags too?
Yeah.
19.
20. Do you have a shirt? No.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
What I wouldn't give to be able to trade places with them, if only for just a few seconds. And on that note, that brings us to one of my favorite parts of the book, the Superfan Nation. In this part of the book, I share images reflecting the tremendous outpouring of love and affection I have received from fans of my work as an actor. I am moved by the intensity of feelings that they share with me when I interact with them every day through Instagram, Twitter, Vine, Kik, and Tumblr. When I post a new photo, I instantly get tens of thousands of likes, and when I like a fan's photo or comment, they seem so thrilled and immediately receive lots of attention from their friends and followers. You should see them when they become emotional. But it is especially uplifting for me to meet them in person, and to surprise them by taking pictures of them, even as they vie to snap photos of me. The fans, the love, the tears of joy in meeting a stranger who knows me. As I said at the top of the show, this is a deep bow of gratitude to the wonderful fandom, the PLL Army, whose loyalty and service made this show shine. I still have a hard time with some of the emotion that our show brings out in our fans. You think? You think? I can't believe that the sight of me can cause a reaction like this. Or this. Happy campus. Oh, happy campus indeed. It's an understatement to say that if it weren't for all of you, I would have never had the opportunity to take a photo like this. Or this. Or this. These two photos at the top here are taken from Keegan's first solo acoustic performance in Binghamton, New York. As I told you, Keegan is also a prolific songwriter. True fan love across generations. Young at heart, and old. And old souls. Nice search, by the way. And of course, it's not just limited to Hollywood and New York. It's also Niagara Falls, bordering on New York and Canada. These girls hunted me down through a social media post that I was at the falls for the day and actually found me. The power of social media is unmatched in this generation, and it might be cool to share the story of why I took their picture. But first, how about a big debt of gratitude to these two girls, along with the rest of the PLL Army soldiers. What a shirt. Keegan Allen, short, sweet, and to the point. These are the Niagara Falls fans. A very surreal glance at the urban Niagara girls who were savvy enough to find me and kind enough to let me photograph them. I moved from the spot promptly as word got out quick that I was at the bench, and pretty soon, small groups of bottled lightning were chasing me down. The power of social media. Traveling from town to town, I am so moved by the warmth, affection, and the tremendous creativity of my fans. I love you all so much. Well, I love you too, dude. This excellent photo was taken at the Teen Choice Awards, where he won a surfboard. I believe Choice TV Actor Drama. That photo right there perfectly encapsulates the profound love that the PLL Army has for the cast and crew, and of course the show as a whole, and the sense of community that the show provides. A couple of more fan sightings right here. This time at Cat Campy, an all-girls summer camp in the Buckshire Mountains in rural Massachusetts. Thanks to all of you, I got served up as the celebrity surprise. That is the Super Fan Nation. And if that is not one of your favorite chapters upon reading Life, Love, Beauty, what will? Here is Isla and Keegan in the middle of Times Square doing the New Year's Eve ball drop with MTV. Live in front of a sea of people. Generations of Pretty Little Liars. I believe this is the season 4 premiere. And the Warner Brothers slot in action for PLL. A dream come true, especially in that grand sense. And now we move on to Beauty. And once again, Troyan Belisario, the Wild Western Troyan, an American treasure. Yeehaw, girlfriend. Ah, if only that you were my girlfriend. But I ship Troyan and Patrick J. Adams of Suits, married with their beautiful daughter, Aurora. America! Fuck yeah! You're welcome for me filling in the blank for you, Keegan. And here we have some more Beauty, sleeping in the garden. Obviously, a reference to Troyan's Twitter handle. Here's Janelle channeling her inner Jackie O. Photography is one of the most important means of human communication, and this was my journey through Life, Love, Beauty. Thank you for visiting my mind, my heart, my world. The acknowledgement section pays tribute to a lot of people, especially his fans. Oh, and so does the preface. Thank you all so much for joining me on this photographic journey. The acknowledgements that begin and close the book prove that Life, Love, Beauty deserves a very special place on your bookshelf, Pretty Little Liars fan or not. But of course, that's just his first book, his first national bestseller, which he did a book signing for right here in New Jersey, along with several other stops in several other states. I'll get to that later, and why I'm so envious of those who have attended a book signing way back when. But for now, let's move on to Hollywood. It means so much to so many. It is both a place and a thing that seemingly calls and speaks to people. Because I grew up off the Sunset Strip in Hollywood, my own experience is deeply personal. Because my career as an actor is working in Hollywood, I too am part of the chase of this elusive quest. This photojournal is both an examination of its iconic history and a contemporary look at Hollywood today. As I began shooting this book, which took nearly 5 years to complete, I realized that I had embarked on a photographic journey that was as much about the people and why they ended up here as the place that drew them. Each of you will bring your own version of Hollywood to this book as you travel through the pages. Enjoy the journey. Several first-person narratives are featured in this book, which tell various different facets of living and working in what we know as Tinseltown, one of the most storied, prized, celebrated communities in all of America. Here we have Keegan's stopping grounds, the Warner Brothers Studios. Founded by Albert, Harry, Sam, and Jack Warner, the studio has entertained generations with its production magic. And here we have the famed Warner Tower of WB, that is Wacko, Yakko, and Dot's home, Animaniacs, and of course I reviewed both Animaniacs and a Warner Brothers DVD about the founding brothers of Warner Brothers Studios, the Brothers Warner. You can check those out by searching Animaniacs or the Brothers Warner on my channel. Now we move on to Tyler Blackburn. Again, Caleb Rivers. He is not immortalized in Rats at Madame Tussauds, but he is immortalized in PLL Legend. There's gotta be somebody here that we're leaving out, that I don't want to leave out. There she is, God bless you, Keegan Allen, for this. The love of my life, my dream goal. Troyan Belisario, writer, director, actor, artist, producer, wife, philanthropist, workout guru, and of course, the best role of all, mother. Both books are just phenomenal photographic journeys that you're bound to enjoy. And he did make appearances in New Jersey malls to sign both of these books. Had I been the Pretty Little Liars superfan that I am now, way back then, I would totally relish the opportunity to meet Keegan Allen in person. But alas, under these circumstances especially, he is now a million miles away. These two books are the next best thing. I can tell you right now, one of them is going to be scored higher than the other. Which one? And for what reason? You'll have to wait and see. Oops, I would be a bad PLL Army Lieutenant if I were to leave you out, my love. Yep, Lucy Hale. A bonus for all you Halers out there. Just like Life, Love, Beauty, Hollywood does have it all too. Finally, for the pièce de résistance, Rosewood Confidential by Liv Spencer, published by ECW Press, based out of Toronto, Canada, a nod to Say's homeland. Two things to note before we crack this thing open. 1. Warm title font. And 2. What Neanderthal would dare mark an X on Ashley Benson's face? See that X on Hannah Maren's face? It diminishes the book's value, and it's just plain downright disrespectful. Who would do this? I assume whoever has a first name that begins with the letter A. Everyone else's faces remain unharmed. Aria's, Emily's, and my baby Spencer. There's a reason, and a very good reason, why I designated April 25th as the air date for this special video. You'll know why as we go along, if you don't already know, because you are a Pretty Little Liars superfan like I am. Yes, this is an unofficial companion book, and you know my thoughts on unofficial companion books for movies and TV shows. I'm not a huge proponent of them. But for PLL, I'm willing to make an exception, because this has much more going for it than just a mere couple of episode guides for the first 2 seasons. So, we turn to the introduction, which also stands as a guide for how to read this book. Highlight, whether it's an epic kiss, a tear-jerking scene, a great one-liner, or a big reveal, this is the moment you'll want to talk or tweet about immediately. Noteworthy scenes are covered in the highlight section. For extra credit, for all the Spencers out there who want an A+ in Pretty Little Liars trivia, here you'll find explanations of references and details worth noticing. Slip-ups, nobody's perfect, not even in Rosewood. This category outlines inconsistencies and goofs. Back to the books. Want to know where the small screen adaptation departs from Sarah Shepard's novels? You'll find a comparison between PLL versus here, a comparison between the TV show and the book series. PLL, IRL. The fictional world of Rosewood is left behind, and here you'll find interesting details, stories, and reactions from the cast and crew about making the show. Finally, Hughes and A. Track the mysteries of PLL here with questions and clues about Allie's death. A and the hooded glove-wearing saboteur that I nicknamed the Glove Wonder. So let's begin by meeting the cast. Meeting the cast, by the way, comes after the story about how PLL, the book series, landed in the hands of Marlene King and ABC Family and Warner Brothers executives. Meet the cast. There are several in-depth profiles of all cast members in here, all main first build cast members, including the love of my life, as I said several times, and will never tire of saying, Troyan Belisario as Spencer Hastings, the birthday girl. Today is Spencer Jill Hastings Kavanaugh's birthday, her second as a married woman. Hopefully Toby or one of your fellow liars gets you something special. There are several profiles of plenty of cast members and characters throughout this book, but the main ones have pictures going for them and are more in-depth, detailed, and explanatory, like Hannah, Ashley Benson, Aria, Lucy Hale, Emily, Shay Mitchell, Ezra, that would be Ian Harding. He was a core player too. Ezria was the very first couple to hook up. Keegan Allen as Toby Cavanaugh. You probably know him by now. And finally, somebody again, near and dear to my heart, the Queen Bee of the Liars, Sasa Pitiesa as Alison De Laurentiis. So now that you know a few of the cast members, let us go right along. Several highlights and noteworthy sections in here should command your attention forthwith, like the That's So Gay sidebar here. I really should not say sidebar because this story here takes up a couple of pages. It's the inclusion of many LGBTQ characters in PLL. Of course, one of them being one of the main characters, Emily Fields, as a lesbian. And this outlines her characters coming out and how she explores her sexuality by dating openly and navigating all of the LGBT-based minefields associated with being openly lesbian. And how St. Mitchell herself has become a role model for that particular community. Which reminds me to tell you that my silver medal endgame second place favorite couple is Emerson. They're so freaking hot. Third place is Caleb, that would be a bronze medal. Fourth place is, well, who you see right here, the most controversial couple of them all. The teacher-student relationship was something that not many fans were particularly fond of. But some of them actually warmed up to Ezria, and the ones that did were rooting for them to go all the way to the altar. And boy were they rewarded for their patience and loyalty in the series finale. So here we have Ezria. This is the color inset section. When you love someone, it's worth fighting for no matter what the odds. So wisely said by Aria. Moving on to the birthday girl, Spencer, Troy and Belisario, Hannah, Ashley Benson, in all of the full color gloriousness. Here again we have Aria, trying to keep all my bookmarks together. So here's Aria, and the girls in their standard black funeral attire. Well, as standard as costume designer Mandy Line can make it. She always has a twist to everything standard. She has her own separate section here. And you'll learn more about the PLL facet in here as well. It won't be that easy, bitches, says A. But once you read each category for each episode guide, and each episode itself, it will be easy for you to identify which one is your favorite. Here we have Emily on the right, and we have Allison. You're always better off with a really good lie. Aren't we all? I'm not gonna lie and say that it was definitely a subpar time meeting Sasa Pitiesa twice in my home turf of Jersey. How could it be? It was a dream come true. And here they are, the four core liars, the fabulous foursome with one of their many accolades. Is the show Emmy-worthy? In the grand scheme of all television, I have to say no. But in the grand scheme of young Hollywood dramas, in the grand scheme of all teen murder mystery thrillers, and really in the grand scheme of all guilty pleasure binge-worthy TV shows, yes, this deserves a place in the Television Academy Hall of Fame. And there was an entire wing dedicated to best TV couples. Spobie would definitely earn a place there too. That's them. Suckinton. Sorry, an Iggy Grandpa moment right there. I wonder what he would say about Pretty Little Liars if he ever saw that.
Hannah, come on, don't let Tanner freak you out about a muddy shoe. It's probably not even why she came here.
Oh, really? It was about the baked ziti?
Get that goddamn thing off this! God damn! Turn it off! Put it back on!
I don't want to watch that bullshit no more.
Put it back on, man. Gotta do that.
No, look, A put that shoe in Emily's house because Mona made a crazy move.
Why does A care what Mona says?
Because her confession screwed with A's perfect plan to frame your mother.
As I said, Mandy Line has her own section in here called How to Dress a Liar, her own behind-the-scenes story. So in this section here, you'll learn more about each liar's individual style that Mandy Line comes up with. And of course, PLL has its own style Tumblr website, which I will definitely link below. You can learn about each individual outfit from many episodes by clicking on that link. And I gotta tell you, it's a lot of fun. They are definitely fashion forward. Cameron Dale also does a nice job. He replaced Maddie Line going forward for Season 6B and all of Season 7. Now, for music on PLL. This takes up about 2 1/4 page, I would say. It's about all the songs featured on PLL. Thanks to music supervisor Chris Marlene. I don't know how the heck to pronounce his name, but he's in charge of picking out all the songs for PLL. PLL has its own soundtrack. It's one that takes up songs from the first season alone, including the theme song Secret by the Pierces. Many PLL book series fans wanted that to be the main title theme, and it was not until a suggestion by Ashley Benson was made that it would become the main title theme. And of course, a special nod must be awarded to composer Michael Subi, who does the underscore, which is a decent underscore, not really special. I would call it Jaded Beauty. He did give Aria and Ezra their own couples theme. Ezra is the only couple to have a theme custom made by composer Michael Subi. And in the highlights category for many episodes, you'll see many particular songs being placed in several scenes that make that scene stand out. If the show had a budget to splurge for a live orchestra, it would definitely take this more over the top than it already is. Our final behind-the-scenes story delves into comparisons between PLL and its homages to the master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock, which is not just limited to the Season 2 finale, Unmasked. There are several references in here, and several MacGuffins, if you will, that are very Hitchcockian on PLL. And man, is PLL the better for it. Pretty Little Liars achieves what Alfred Hitchcock hoped for when he said, with his inimitable black humor, with the help of television, murder should be brought back into the home where it rightly belongs. And hopefully in scripted television. Please, don't any criminal get any ideas from this. Everything A doesn't want you to know about Pretty Little Liars. Rosewood Confidential is the must-have episode-by-episode companion guide to the epic romance, dark deeds, ugly secrets, and fraught friendships that make PLL the most addictive and thrilling show on TV. Covering the show's first 2 seasons, Rosewood Confidential includes the story of Sarah Shepard, the transition from page to screen, and comparisons between the book and TV series. By the way, there's a brief listing of each of the PLL books that were published up to the point that this was published. Biographies of the talented cast that brings PLL to life. In-depth analysis of each episode along with all the need-to-know info, like references, clues, slip-ups, and making of insights. Bonus features on fashion and music, which we covered, and PLL-related books and movies, and photos of the gorgeous cast and filming locations. Filming locations, by the way, is about as close as we're going to get to seeing behind-the-scenes photos in here, which is one thing that this lacks. Capturing the intrigue and laughs, the romance and friendship that keep millions of viewers tuning in every week. Rosewood Confidential is as close as you can get to becoming a Pretty Little Liar without getting a text from A. Hopefully one day somebody at ABC Family or Freeform will contact a reputable publishing house and collaborate with them on an official companion book. Or maybe we should take this into our own hands and do something a la The Fosters. You remember The Fosters, another ABC Family drama? I don't watch it, but I have a small crush on Maya Mitchell, and its theme song is terrific. Right Where You Belong by Carrie Kimmel. They have their own fan book called Fostered. It's a collection of hundreds of fan tributes on social media compiled into an actual hardcover or paperback book. Maybe we should do the same. And let's come up with a title in the comment section below. Are you with me on this? In the meantime, we'll just have to settle for this. And you know what? I don't mind it one bit, because for the most discerning Pretty Little Liars fan, this will satisfy all your needs. It's nearly an A. This is the part I anticipate the most. grading each of these items on a 0 to 5 clap scale. They are arranged from lowest to highest rated so you know how it's gonna go down. Please don't ask why the lighting is different for this segment. My lamp has a glare so bright it borderline censored the cover of Hollywood by Keegan Allen. I'm all for shining a spotlight on Hollywood for as low a price as possible, but not so bright that you can't really see the item I'm reviewing. And the lighting in the studio by itself is not that special to begin with, but it's enough for me to make do, and I hope you'll be able to make do with it as well. First off, the possession of Hannah Grace earns 3.5 out of 5 claps. How can anything involving Shay Mitchell be mediocre? Shay is far from mediocre, and while this wasn't as bland as I feared it would be, it's not that awesome as I was recklessly hoping that it would be. It was good. That's that. Hollywood by Keegan Allen earns 4 out of 5 claps. Failure to acknowledge the fans in the acknowledgement section is this book's lone Achilles heel. And Keegan, as much as I have a lot of respect for you, dude, I love you. Granted that your fans make you a best-selling author with your first book, failing to acknowledge them in your follow-up book is not acceptable. Shame on you. But I still love you right away, dude. Rosewood Confidential by Liv Spencer earns 4.5 out of 5 claps, and Life, Love, Beauty, well, that is the winner of the day, and the MVP of the slot. It's got more variety than Hollywood, but has a quality equal to that of Hollywood. It gets all 5 claps, for a grand total of 17 out of 20. I think I speak for a lot of cadets and soldiers in the PLL Army serving around the world when I say that all of this is giving me hope for a virtual reunion via whatever video conferencing app you can think of come June 8th, the official 10th anniversary of this series. A video conferencing reunion being the safest bet under these circumstances and given the aftermath as well, which won't be pretty. And we all know what Spencer Hastings often says about hope. It breeds eternal mystery. With as much love and affection and admiration as I have for my baby girl, Spencer, allow me to counteract that quote with one from history. Since we started the show with a great American historical quote, I thought it only fitting to end with one from the late Senator Ted Kennedy. The work goes on, the cause endures, the hope rises again, and the dream lives on. Hundreds of folks in front of and behind the camera logged in tens of thousands of man-hours of work, all for one singular cause, to put on a show that will provide viewers with an escape from the doldrums of everyday living, at least for no more than 45 minutes. The hope of a spin-off from The Perfectionists to Ravenswood or something else down the pipeline is alive and thriving, especially given all the hoopla that PLL will receive in the weeks to come, coming June 8th. And finally, the dream that all of us will be able to meet one or several of these dynamite characters and cast members or even members of the crew will never die. I say with all conviction and all heart, and really a ton of bittersweet emotions knowing that this is my final PLL video for a good long while, that PLL was, is, and remains and will always be an American treasure. If and when we find more PLL stuff at the thrift store once it reopens, rest assured, we'll be back bringing Rosewood home on a budget. With a great big thank you to all of you for watching. In the words of the great Marlene King, see you soon, bitches, on the thrift side!
Hey PLL fans, what's going on?
Hey everyone.
Hey guys,
Hey, what's up everyone?
It has been 7 incredible seasons.
And we are so thankful to have you guys as part of our squad.
I know you're on my squad. You're on our squad. We are squad goal.
Squad goals, people.
You know what's so special about our PLL fans and our PLL show? We're all part of PLL Squad.
Hashtag PLL Squad. Hashtag PLL Squad.
Hashtag PLL Squad.
Hashtag PLL Squad.
Hashtag PLL Squad.
And I am so grateful that we've had such amazing fans who've stuck by us for so long.
We want you to be a part of our squad. So send us some photos showing us how you're a part of our squad.
You're part of our family and we're part of yours. Thank you so much for being part of our PLL Squad. And enjoy season 7. Well,
Then we can be